All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to Apostle and Elders in New York, GMS. And salutations to you all, Akim that's teaching truth and putting your lives on the line for it. And shalom to you, serious Aqua that's looking to listen to our videos. My name is Maya Ka'ala Bungad with Chicago branch of Great Millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we are not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the name of his son, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus. Black is a color, not a nationality. All right. We are not affiliated with any black identity string groups. We are not affiliated with any string groups. We are not affiliated with any Islamic groups. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. Okay. And also the speckled birds are Israelites. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations. Their fathers, paternal bloodline go back to the 12 patriarchs of Israel. A good example of that is Blake Griffin's son. Okay, right here. So, due to the protests and the riot, you had basically in this video, gang members protecting their neighborhood stores from looters and multiple shootings. All right, so the people that was riding downtown, they decided to come to a little village, and little village is majority is Issachar, so-called Mexicans. You had a little bit Judites, Judah, so-called Negros in there, but majority of that neighborhood is Issachar, so-called Mexicans. All right. Now they said they was Judites, what they call Morenos. All right. They try to come in the neighborhood, tear it up. Now it could be just some bug out niggas. All right. 2/3. All right, the 2/3 from the tribe of Judah, reprobates, try to come in and tear up Issachar neighborhood. Or they could have been hired by Esau, come up in there, or they could be Esau and the little black face bags, man, to make it look like a real Judite man. But I believe most likely these are so-called Negroes from the tribe of Judah, the 2/3 among Judah, and the 2/3 are reprobates. All right, just another word said low lives. All right. So I believe these some reprobates from the tribe of Judah, man. Try to come in there and tell Issachar neighborhood, man. All right. Cool. What the hell turn up your brother's neighborhood? How that's gonna stop the police from killing you? What you gonna get out of it? And see, our people are foolish, man. Like I said, Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. All right. You still gonna get shot down the street by Esau and everything. So, Jake just dumb, man. All right, so yeah, just right here, doing this video just show you who are the Israelites that the Bible speak of. Cause recently you got vocab alone scoffing at us, the Israelites. They we call it Hebrew Israelites. All right, cause we are Hebrew. We are descendant of Eber, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, that's why we call ourselves Hebrew Israelites. All right, and also to distinguish ourselves from the Jewish people, because they're not the real Israelites. They're not the real Jews. All right, because ish, a suffix, means like Jew. All right, means something like a Jew, but they not exactly the Jew. All right, that's why the same term Israeli means modern day citizen of the state of Israel. Israelite means one who's connected to Jacob. All right, means paternal descent from Jacob. All right, Israel is a patriarchal nation. All right, look that up in the scriptures. Okay, but this is just proof right here. It says gang members Protecting neighborhood store. All right. You see right here.
If ain't nobody got shit to do, don't come out here. Stay home. We ain't letting nobody in this bitch.
All right, you can see right here.
Shit.
Now, I'm gonna read the curses, man. All right. Cause this identify who the Israelites are, man. Cause little people that call themselves Jewish Israel, they're not the Israelites, cause they're not going through the same curses, man. Also, this a cut to you, black only Israelites and you Latino only Israelites. They like to say vice versa, are not the real Israelites. All right. All right. So, vice versa mean either way. All right. So right here it says, Deuteronomy 28 and 45. It said, moreover, all the curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and the statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever. See, singular. All right. So the curse is going to be on what? The children of Israel, the so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans. This not happening to those people they call themselves Jewish or the Israelis or any other nations. This only happened to the so-called Negros, Blacks, and Latinos. All right. All right. Because you got then also this cut these black only Israelites, the Latino only Israelites. You got black only Israelites like to say that the so-called Latinos and Native Americans are Mongoloids. Then vice versa, you got the Latino only Israelites that like to say that the so-called Negros are Canaanites. Ain't no no curses on Cain like this, man. All right. And there's no prophets of Cain and getting into it like Esau and Jacob is, man. All right, you could get the heck on from that, you know, for that nonsense, man. All right, you hear the gunshots, everything, man. All right, coming from Judah, they trying to get at Issachar. Judah so-called Negroes, Issachar so-called Mexicans. All right. It says right here, it says Deuteronomy 28:54. It says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes should be evil towards his brother and toward the wife of his bosom and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. It says his eyes should be evil. It don't say he gonna sit down and eat cake and ice cream and have cotton candy with him. All right, because you got this guy named Quanaf. All right. He's a black on the Israelite. And he complained about basically the Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom going against each other. For he like to use that to justify that the Northern Kingdom are not Israelites, and Northern Kingdom are the so-called Latinos and Native Americans, man. All right, it said that we're gonna be at each other's throats, man. Even within the Southern Kingdom, man, you had Judah's so-called Negroes and Benjamin so-called West Indians and Haitians, so like you got Levy, so-called Haitians. They don't like each other, man. All right, so this is a curse, man, and this is a mark, one of the markers that identify who are the Israelites, man. All right, there's no getting around it, man. It says, so that a man that is tender among you, very delicate, his eyes should be evil towards his brother, right? Cause we used to get along, man. All right, and this the split the kingdom. You read 1 Kings chapter 11, because during the age before the kingdom split, man. It says right here, it says 1 Kings chapter 11 verse 1. It says what? It says what? But King Solomon loved many strange women together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, and other nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, you shall not go in to them, neither shall they come unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave onto these in love, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. His wives turned away his heart. Right, Solomon's in an old age, man. All right, you get old, you get weak. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with Yahweh his power, as with the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of Yahweh, and went not fully after Yahweh as David his father. Then Solomon built a high place in Chemosh, abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, for Moloch, an abomination of the children of Ammon. And likewise he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense sacrifice unto their gods. And Yahweh was angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned from Yahweh, the power of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice. And he commanded concerning this thing that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not that which Yahweh commanded. All right. Wherefore Yahweh said unto Solomon, for as much this is done thee, thou hast not kept my covenant, my statute, which I command thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant. All right. It says right here, it said, notwithstanding today, I will not do it for David my father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son. Howbeit I will not rend away all the kingdom, but I will give one tribe to thy son for David my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I chosen. All right. And if you read further in the other chapters, he gave what? Solomon what? Judah, and Benjamin, and then later on Levi, because northern kingdom had kicked Jeroboam had kicked Levi out from among them, so Levi came to the southern kingdom, man. So you had, three tribes: Judah, Benjamin, Levi. All right, Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Judah, so-called Negroes; Benjamin, so-called West Indians; Levi, or some people say Levi, so-called Haitians. All right, you got the rest of the 10 tribes, man. You got Ephraim, so-called Puerto Rican, all the way down to Issachar, so-called Mexicans. Okay. All right, so that's who made up those 10 tribes, man. All right. Okay. So that's how you can read that in the other chapters, man. How that the kingdom split, but basically this the main the main story, how it started, All right, so and then you got what? You got them what? Standing on the corner. They're game banging. All right, so this identify who it says what his brother should be evil to him. Then they on the what? They on the corners, man. You don't see those Jewish people, Israeli people on the corners and like that, man. You see what? So-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says what? Isaiah 51 verse 20. It said, thy sons had fainted. They lie at the head of all streets. What they doing out there in the streets? As a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of Yahweh, the rebuke of thy power. It said, thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull. Who in the streets, man? Them. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because this is what you can see right here, man. Gang banging against each other, shooting at each other, man.
Shooting from back there, nigga, what's up? Van a salir por acá. Fuck, nigga, dead. So, straps. Who got the strap, nigga? Who got the fucking strap?
Me too, nigga. They went through the alley. I saw them. They popped out the cut, nigga. Someone had it.
the fucking Mayates, bro. They're shooting from the back there.
They're right there.
Get their ass, get their ass.
They're right there in that white truck.
The white truck?
Yeah, nigga, look at the way that's it's dipping.
Yep. All right. So there you go, man. All right. Southern Kingdom versus the Northern Kingdom, man. All right. You can look at the comments. It says back in the 80s, the Latin kings for California Orange Town used to have steakhouse on top of buildings. Watch out for the D's, mean disciples. I'm GD, but I respect what y'all doing. It's about protecting the hood. All right. So who else doing this, man? Only so-called Negro, Latino, Native American is in on the corners, man. All right. Like a bull caught in the net. I just read that scripture, man. All right. I'm D's for life, but I'm glad King's protecting the hood. It's sad that we have to go against our black brothers, but they destroyed the whole area. All right, man. What the hell? You know, like I said, Judah, what's the purpose of doing that, man? There's no reason to do that, man. All right, they're tearing up your brethren neighborhoods, man. All right, they had nothing to do with the death of George Floyd, man. It was an Edomite that did it, so-called white man. All right. Another thing, Judah just want to take shit, man. The rapper base among Judah, so-called Negroes, man. And this guy right here, Windy City, I got, I had to correct him, man, because this guy talking about last night their brothers let's fight against them. I told him, man. I told him a couple of things anyway. But anyway, it says it did try to say so-called Negroes had influence. Judah had influenced Issachar, the game maker. Issachar been game maker, man, before the Judah games came out, man. All right. He said other stupid shit I had correct him on. But anyway, this is on Cermak 22nd and Sawyer. All right. So who else will be doing this, man? Who else the curses fit? All right.
Y'all everybody good?
All right. Because before that, man, Jake used to, just says right here, I'm going to read this again. Deuteronomy 28 and 54. So that the man is tearing among you and very delicate. All right, because we used to get along, man. All right, back in ancient times. All right. And then what, the Northern Kingdom came here a little bit after 722 BC to observe the laws, statutes, commandments. You've been serving for a while. Then what, Judah, like in the start of 1492 and on, man, Judah started coming over here in droves, man. Esau started dropping the Southern Kingdom over here. And they enslaved them along with the Northern Kingdom, man. And they shipped the Northern Kingdom on the other side. Okay, and this is the book, Black Indians by William Lauren Katz. Okay. And you can see right here, it says page 36. It says what? It says the spirit of rebellion spread like wildfire that no European, all right, talking about Edomites, power could put out. All right, in that next 10 years, revolt spread to Colombia, Panama, Cuba, Puerto Rico, and Mexico. In 1537, a major insurrection threatened the Spanish headquarters at Mexico City. Viceroy Antonio de Mendoza reported that Africans, all right, not African, those are Judites, Israelites, had chosen a king and had agreed to kill all Spaniards, kill all Edomites, and that Indians were also with them. All right, let me tell you, it was some Uncle Tom Judites, man, that was helping the Spaniards, man. All right. It says, and that the Indians also with them in Issachar, well, the Nordic, each tribe that dwelled in those various lands. Colombia's Asher, Panama Zebulon, Cuba's Manasseh, and Puerto Rico's Ephraim, and Mexico's Issachar. All right. It says to kill all the Spaniards, and that the Indians, all right, all those tribes, all right, because they're not Indians, they're Israelites, terrified Mexican officials. They were scared. Esau was terrified. Officials agreed to halt any further importation of Africans. All right, these Israelites from the tribe of Judah, not Africans, because Africa was named after after this European Africanus. All right, the Edomite, man. Slave resistance had temporarily halted the Israelite slave trade. By the 1570s, the flames of revolt were burning brightly in Mexico. One every 10 slaves was living a free life and had to learn about the safety of whites. Vince Ward Martin in Regras 1568 to 1580 wrote to the King of Spain. All right, but I'm gonna skip all that. I'm gonna go to this. No, I ain't gonna do that. All right, so I'm just going ahead and read it out. It said, "Your Majesty, the time is coming when these African people, all right, you see they paraphrase it, all right, you just say people will have become masters of the Indians, all right, so they're afraid of Judah and it's gonna come together. And so much as they were born among them and their maidens and our men who dare to die as well in the expanded world, I do not know who will be in position to resist them, all right? Because they couldn't resist the power of the Northern and Southern Kingdom together. It was in Mexico that the Europeans tested their strongest effort to keep Africans apart from the Americans, so they keep the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom. All right, they doing experiments, all right? All right. All right. It says black men outnumber their women insult Indian wives. So I said they saw wives among the Northern Kingdom. As the Native American meant, if she was free, that children born to her would be free, not slaves. All right, yeah, because you did have some Northern Kingdom they was free. All right, but not all of them. All right, it says so extensive was that contact between red and black people. All right, and you know the Northern Kingdom brothers aren't red, man. They're brown, just like they are Southern Kingdom brothers, man. It said that the Spanish law prohibited the two races from living together or marry. All right, so this that Willie Lynch thing, man. This mind control program. All right, let's go back to the Roman times, man. Nobody named Willie Lynch never lived, man. All right, it was just a mind control program to split up the 12 tribes. It says 12 tribes of Israel. As early as 1523, Hernandez Cortez was given a broad order to keep Indians in their village apart from Africa. Right? So you had Issachar. All right, so they made a rule that Issachar and separate from Judah at apart. Say right here, apart from Africa at all costs. All right, so they had Issachar and they try to have Issachar and Judah separated all costs, man. This was only 7 years after Venice it isolated Jews in the first ghetto history, right? So this saw people again. They put them in the ghettos in Italy, man. Because ghetto basically means with place where the Jews dwell, man. All right, it says one royal order forbade trade, commerce, or communication between the two peoples of colors. They forbidden to sell chickens, fruits, and vegetables, and both defied the law. All right, so yeah, it's called Jew like the hell with that law, man. You know, not listen to it. All right, so you know this is what Esau's afraid of, man, and that's why he tried his best to keep the Northern Kingdom away from the Southern Kingdom, man. All right, cause like I said, we was enslaved together. This is the book right here. So I believe this is Sex and Race, Volume 2. All right, J. Rogers says what? The Negro slave and the Indian who had been reduced to slavery also made common cause. All right, so this is in Mexico. All right, get this right here. All right, back to my computer. All right, so both of them suppressed together. They had a common cause. Is what the enemy is? What Esau, the so-called white man. All right. Damn, come on. Oh man, all right, there you go, man. All right. Oh boy. I ain't saying no Jeremiah. You said this Salak. I can get this right. All right. So you got some idiot from Konaf group named what his name? Yehuda Isaiah, whatever the hell the name is. I'll call him Butt Tooth. All right. Yeah, he like to say that happened during either during the what do you say that happened during the Syrian rule or something, man. All right, but this is talking about when the so-called Indians was the Northern Kingdom, and so-called Africans was the Southern Kingdom. All right, this when they was enslaved and colonized together, man. As I just read in that book, Black Indians. It said right here, it said Jeremiah chapter 50:33. It said, "Thus said Yahweh hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. All that took them captive held no fast, and they refused to let them go." And it still happened today, man. They didn't tell our people. They're not telling our people who they are, man. All right, that's one of the biggest secrets, man. That's today, man, that the so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, man. And these curses are slowly coming off us, man. Cause you got a lot of people waking up, man. You got a lot of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American waking up to the fact they are the Hebrew Israelites, the Israelites of the Bible, man. All right, and though people over in the land, they call it in the land of the state of Israel, are not the real Jews. Those are Edomites, man. Those are Amalekites, man. All right, Amalekite they're a branch of the nation of Edom. Edom means red, man. Their skin, see, a so-called white man is not white, and he's not pure. That's what white means, pure, man. His skin is translucent, and it show blood and flesh through it, man. All right, let's get that color. Red, you say in the Hebrew, Adawam, red. All right. It says right here, you look in the Jewish encyclopedia, it says what? Rome is Edom. All right. It says right here, Deuteronomy 30, verse 7, saying, Yahweh thy power will put all the curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee was persecuted. Right. So all the curses coming out the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, going on to who? The so-called white man, the other nations. What? The Africans, Ham, the so-called Arabs, Ishmael, all right, and etc., man. All right, cause that's why this see Esau, so-called white man, his kingdom is crumbling for his eyes, man. He definitely trying to hold on. That's why he putting a chip in those vaccines. He making the Israelites, so-called Negro Latino Americans, the face of the COVID-19 was actually it was Edomites, so-called white people, and Moabites, so-called Chinese people. There's heavily dying from it, man. All right, because the Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom are come together. So-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, man, they're coming together, man. Whether you like it or not, and the damn thing Esau could do about it. And also, you 2/3, man. You 2/3 among Israel, man. The so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, man. The damn thing you could do about it, because Most High gonna take you out. All right. It says right here, it says Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. It said, yet the number of children of Israel shall be the sand of the sea. All right. Because we scattered all over the world. All right. Which cannot be measured, no number. It shall come to pass in that place, which is America, where it said unto ye are not my people. There should be said unto ye are the sons of the living power. And thus the brothers out here that's on these street corners that everybody like to mock and everything, which is us, and we tell you, we prophesied the downfall of America and its owner Esau, the so-called white man, and we talking about the upliftment of the so-called Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans, man. All right, which are the Israelites. We telling you, you are the Israelites the Bible speak of. Then shall the children of Judah, all right, children of Judah, the Southern Kingdom, so-called Negroes and West Indians, and the children of Israel, which are the so-called Latinos and Native Americans, be gathered together and point themselves one head. All right, we're gonna become one people, man. We're gonna come together, and that's happening, man. That's happening. And days should come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of judgment. Right, we will come up out of the land. The elect of Israel, which is the 144,000, reading 11:7, and on 1/3, man, we gonna make it out of America's what thermonuclear destruction, man. And that's gonna be so big, man, that the pass off of Egypt, man, is gonna be nearly forgotten, man. All right, so hey, man, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, man. All right, no doubt about it, man. Okay. All right, so shalom.